Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
Wait!
Oh, do we have an intro?
No! Okay, you can say hi everyone. I'll be like, welcome back to the two Naidoo's YouTube channel, and then you can start.
What am I saying?
Hi everyone! I don't know. Hey guys. I don't know what to say.
Okay. Hey guys!
Welcome back to the two Naidoo's makeup chat. That's not So in today's video, we're going to be talking about influencing. We're also going to have a special guest. And yeah, we're basically going to be talking about the whole sort of influencing thing, how we got started, what really drives us, how we create content, how we stay consistent. Because these are the questions you guys have been asking us. So
A lot.
let's get into it.
So, how did you start?
So I started... Firstly, I discovered YouTube when I was in high school. And I was like, makeup? Oh my god. I was obsessed. I was watching every Jaclyn Hill YouTube tutorial. I was watching every Amanda Ensing YouTube tutorial. Then I was like, hold on. I'm trying to create these looks, but it doesn't look the same on me because I'm obviously a lot more brown. And then eventually I was like, I think I'd actually want to be a YouTuber. I think this is what I would like to do. And I had a very low self-esteem because I suffered with acne. And yeah, I just was never the pretty child or the cute child. I was just the
Look at you now.
the child.
I would flip my hair, but it took me a long time just to make it set on this one side.
But yeah, for me it was just like to develop my confidence a bit more. And when I watched YouTubers, I'd be like, oh my god, their confidence is like on another level. I want to be like that. So I thought if I start a YouTube channel, not only would I be developing my confidence a bit better and being comfortable on camera, because I mean the most daunting thing is filming a YouTube video and then uploading it for possibly thousands of people to see, and you don't know any of those people, and you open up yourself to judgment and criticism and all of that stuff. Exactly. People who don't even know you. So that was the most daunting thing, and I was like, also, there's nobody that looks like me on this platform. I'm following all these people, but nobody looks like me. Any eye look I tried to create, even the Indian people who were online, they weren't dark enough. They were always from the UK and Canada, and they always end up being so light. I don't even know why back then they were all so light, but there was not many dark people. And so I was like, actually, let me just show my face here on the internet. Also, a lot of people were perfect. So people had perfect skin, people had perfect bodies.
So and there wasn't anyone real
Yes.
and that looked like you.
That looked like me with my problematic skin and my acne scarring. And so I was like, actually, I'd like to contribute to this community in the sense that when people watch, they need to see that everybody has imperfections. Real people have imperfections. Not everybody is blessed with perfect skin and flawless skin. So that's how I started. It was a very deep-rooted, I don't see people that look like me. They don't have acne scarring. They are not dark enough. They're not brown enough. Anything I try to use is just not showing up the same on my skin tone. So yeah, I think I just wanted to like contribute to the YouTube community because it's very empowering on its own, but it wasn't empowering enough for a child of color, if that makes sense.
So mine's not that to the point. So I think someone I knew had a blog, and I think I was like in grade 11 or 12. So because in our school, like so many people were like, Trevino and Selena, couple, goals, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my gosh, let's start a blog together. Now, even to this day, trying to get Trevino to film is a mission. It's not his vibe. He doesn't care for this. So the blog was something, I think it was called Trisella on Life or something like that. And it just never went because I would be the one that was always like, okay, we need to do something, we need to do something. And it just never happened. Then I discovered YouTube. I think I posted my first video in 2013 and it was shot on a tablet in front of a tree with the birds chirping. Nothing's changed with the birds in my videos. But with like the birds chirping. And then I stopped from like 2013, and then I think I got into Instagram in maybe like 2015, but I was posting weird things like flat lays or like writing. It was just very weird, and I only found my niche when I started posting funny videos. And I think one of the first funniest videos that I posted that went like wild was the one that I did with you. Remember the first collab that we did?
Oh
Yeah.
Was it really?
It was only the second time that I did that character, Auntie Salachi, but it was like I just came off doing one video. I think it was like a 5-minute video on YouTube with the same character, and it was everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so funny." My granny was like, "Can you do this at my birthday party?" And I was like, I don't know, I'm shy. And then I filmed with you, and then I was like, okay, people like seeing funny things. People like seeing things they can relate to. And then I started creating more on YouTube. But even on YouTube, when I first started, I think you were the only South African YouTuber that I used to watch like religiously at that time. And I was like, okay, she does makeup. I'm Indian. Let me also do makeup. But the thing is, you're a makeup artist. I do makeup on my own face, myself. So, and also I feel like if you're not good at something, rather don't do it, because the market is already so full with people who are good at what they do. Like, she's good at her makeup. I would rather watch her doing her makeup than me who just likes doing makeup on myself. So it was like a tough transition from moving away from what I thought people wanted to see to doing what people actually enjoy seeing right now, which is my relationship, which is faith content, funny content, lifestyle, just like vlogs and stuff. So I think mine has definitely been like a roller coaster journey of deciding what works and what I enjoy doing. And I think I've only started taking this 100% seriously, like posting every day, using the right hashtags, creating video content, I would say maybe like in the beginning of 2018, so 2 years ago.
If you want to start, just start. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait until you have the perfect equipment. Selena said she filmed her first vlog on a tablet. I used to use my brother's webcam.
I used to, when I worked at an agency, we all had MacBooks. And like I used to film like on the camera on the MacBook. You can see that bad quality videos on my channel. It's still there.
If you go back, like, it's been 6 years, guys, since I started producing content. Oh my god. But if you go back 6 years, you will see the quality of that content is on another level. It's not even 1080, 920. That's not even the dimensions of those videos, but you have to start somewhere. Don't just wait for the perfect time to start. If you continuously wait for something, you're never going to end up starting. You're just going to be there stagnant, and years are going to go by, and then you're going to see other people doing the thing you wanted to do and flourishing at it, and you're like, why didn't I start? So just start. If you want to start, just start. Don't wait for somebody to give you advice on how to start. And also, a lot of people ask us in the DMs for advice on how to start, and honestly, I could never give anybody advice on how to start, because you just dive in the deep end. You dive in the deep end and hope for the best.
But also, to be the hammer and to bring like the doom into this, I work, my 8 to 5 is social media management. So I work with customers, with clients, on brands, doing their social media and stuff. And that, with this influencer journey, I know social media and I know how it works. And if you want to become an influencer, or if you want to start creating content, you can't just post selfies and expect followers to flock to your page. You're not Kylie Jenner. You can't be posting like a selfie and expect Revlon to send you PR or whatever it is. You need to know, what is your purpose? What exactly are you posting? Are you good at makeup? Cool, do makeup. Are you a good dog mom? Post about your dog. Do you cook really well? Post cooking stuff. You can't just say, okay, I want to be an influencer because I'm pretty. That's not how it works. You need to have a purpose. Someone once told me, you need to remember with everything you post, what value are you offering your followers that's going to keep them coming back? Do you offer fashion advice? Do you offer relationship advice? You need to offer some type of value that's not just a pretty face. There needs to be like some background and some brains that go into content creation.
Yeah, it's not as simple as posting a picture of you dancing, a video of you dancing in the mirror, or like lip syncing. It's a lot deeper than that. Somebody actually messaged me the other day, and she's like, I'm actually laughing because I came to your page for makeup tips and I'm learning life advice and all these other inspirational quotes, and I was like, but that's actually what I want to do with my page. I don't just want to be here doing makeup, because let's be honest, when you're going through a bad space, when you're in a bad headspace, the last thing you think of doing is makeup. So you have to constantly, and I feel like I do this for myself more than I do it for anyone else, because whenever I see motivational stuff, I'm just like, this is actually really nice. It sounds really good. Maybe somebody needs to see it. And so I post it to my stories. So you always have to have substance behind what you do. If you don't, you'll run out of steam very fast. Like,
And I think also the more authentic you are to yourself, the more your page will reflect that.
That's so true.
Like, it's not like Saneshni wakes up with makeup on and she's with makeup all day. No, sometimes she has bad days. Sometimes she needs a uplifting quote. I think the more real you are to yourself, the more real you'll come across to your followers, which means your tribe online is going to grow because they can relate to you even better.
And let's be honest, the whole aesthetics, the whole perfection on Instagram is actually dying down now because it's not realistic. So I feel like you need to have a realistic perception of what you're going to be doing on social media. If you decide to go that route, you can't be expecting brand deals when you start in the first month. I don't know about you, but it's very insulting to me, you guys, because I've been working at this for 6 years.
I know.
And for the first 4 years,
let me get my answer ready.
The first 4 years, I had no brand deals. I was just working my butt off. Obviously, after the first 2 years, I was like, oh my god, they're getting brand deals, and I've been doing this for longer, and I have more followers. But like, and then I was like, at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop comparing myself because clearly they are on a different journey to me. So let me just be patient. Let me just do my thing. I don't want anybody to ever look back and be like, oh, she doesn't deserve that, and she doesn't deserve the things that she's getting right now. When people look back at my track record, they must never be like, she doesn't deserve that. You look back and you say, this girl has been at it for a while.
Yeah.
She deserves that. But there are people who have started their channel like a month, and then they write me long emails. And they want to do a collaboration, and they want to use my platform to get them more followers.
Oh my word, that happens to me too.
That is so insulting. You guys don't even understand. Like, I want to support you as brown people, but at the same time, you do realize that we have put hard work into our platforms.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as just doing a collaboration with you and then you just get all the followers.
Yeah. So I actually only got my first paid job last year, May. And I know what you're saying because someone recently asked me, and the thing that irritates me is no hi, how are you or whatever. It is, I'm starting a new business, can you post this for me? I'm like, imagine if I went around and I was like, hey, can you reshare my profile so I can get more followers? No, you have to work to build your own brand, because by me posting your business just randomly out of the blue, if you do end up getting followers, you're not attracting the right audience. Like, it's the same as buying followers. You're not attracting the right audience. You can have 1 million followers but have like 5 likes. Okay, that's not realistic, but you can have like 5,000 likes on your post,
which is very little for 1 million followers.
That something doesn't add up. So instead of coming to us and saying, hey, can we do a collab, hey, can we do this, blah blah blah, rather work on building your base first. And I'm not saying, we both aren't saying that we'll never ever collab with anyone, because we've done collabs in the past.
We have, with plenty of people.
And people with less followers than us. But the thing is, those people are working also to get to somewhere. They're not just sitting back and being like, okay, can you collab with me and can I get your 20,000 followers? No. You need to be working.
Another thing is, like, with the whole PR situation, don't just become an influencer because of the PR. Because I can tell you now, PR does not pay your bills. Your free product doesn't pay your bills. It doesn't buy you your necessities.
Yeah.
It does not put petrol in your tank. So at the end of the day, if you're going to get into this industry just for the PR, you're probably going about it the wrong way, if I'm being 100% honest.
So I posted a video about Pixie Beauty, and someone said, what is PR? So for those of you who don't know, if a brand is launching a new product, they send influencers free products for free, and sometimes it's a trade exchange where they expect the influencer to post about it on YouTube or on Instagram or blah blah blah. So that's what PR is. I learned something from my collab with Selah Dean. She said she doesn't do trade exchanges, and if a brand is sending her something for free, she'll post on her stories and that's it. It won't go to her feed unless she likes the product. And when I first started getting PR, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting PR, and it will always end up on my feed. But I think that's a very good discipline to have, where you can post, I'll post an unboxing on my stories, and if I like the product, you'll see it on my feed. Like Pixie skincare products, I love those products, so you'll always see me talking about them, even though I get it for free. I think it's important also for content creators to draw the line with brands that say they don't have money for influencers. So then do traditional marketing. Why are you going to influencers? You're gonna pay 120,000 maybe, like, for a YouTube ad, or 500,000 or more for a TV ad, but you can't have budget for an influencer. It's the same thing.
Doesn't make sense.
It's also marketing. We're also advertising your product.
We have a special guest, Nikita. For those of you who don't know her, she's Nikiwe. I don't know how you say
I can't
Gqom.
either.
Gqom
I was relying on you to take it home for us. I can't.
I can't.
It.
I can't
cannot.
kick my tongue, guys. Nikiwe, queen. So yeah, let's hop on to the Zoom interview we had with her.
I was telling Sanesh.
Guys related.
No.
You see? A lot of people say that.
Yeah.
I was telling her if her hair was still blue, we would have been the Powerpuff Girls today.
Yeah, oh shit. Hello. Hi guys. My name is Nikita Cornelson, aka Nikiwe Gqom Queen. And I'm here to answer some questions. I'm not sure what questions I'm gonna be asked, but I'm ready. We can go.
Nice. Okay, I have a question for you. I know like we get this a lot. People always ask, how did you start? But I don't want to know how you started. I want to know, did you start because it was a way to showcase what goes on in your life around you? Like, I know when I create skits and things like that, it's literally stuff that's happened in my real life, and I want to show people that, hey, my family is just as crazy as yours. So what was the reason that made you start doing the genre that you do?
Well, it was a mistake. I wasn't actually planning like, hey, you know what, let me start doing these things. TikTok was a mistake. I was like, I'm never gonna get TikTok. I'm not that person. How a March came, lockdown, bang, who's got TikTok? It's me. So I started making videos here and there, and then at first I was using other sounds, and then I guess I just kind of found my footing and realized like, hey, there's so many things. Like as things were happening, I just put it down in my notepad, and when I wake up and feel energetic, hey, you know what, let me make some content today. And it just seemed like people were enjoying it. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, people are so down and gloomy. Let me bring some laughter and some light into their lives. And then it just kind of happened from there. And I kind of stuck to just everyday situations. It's nice to watch something and then you laugh, but then you forget about it 5 minutes later. But when you can relate to it, it's like, oh shit, I saw this thing the other day. Like, you know, I'm not the only one. Like the weirdest things that you think it's only you. It's really not.
Yeah, I think it's the fact that you can relate to so many people, and I feel that's why you took off the way you did. Is it awkward at family events? So is it weird? Does it get like weird?
I haven't really been going to family events a lot because obviously the coronavirus and whatever. But I did go to my cousin's house the other day for his birthday bride kind of thing, and my younger cousin, I think he's about 10 years old. I got there and he took me into the room with the other under 12s, and they were like, hey, how many followers do you have? I know Nikiwe, she's my cousin. And I was like, what is going on? Like, you know who I am.
That's so cute.
That's like the only thing. And then the aunts and uncles are like, oh, how's TikTok? You know, they ask, but they don't really know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess the younger cousins are just more excited than anything else because I think it goes around at school and things like that.
Yeah,
so
definitely. Yeah. What's your favorite part about meeting your followers in real life?
You know what? It's still brand new for me. I always tell people, like, I was on an escalator the one day. I was going down. This girl was coming up, and I'm looking around because what am I doing on the escalator? She looks at me and she goes, oh! And here I am thinking, what's on me? What's on me? Like, you know, I'm not thinking like, oh, she's excited to see me. But it's just, it's so nice to see that they genuinely enjoy what I'm doing, and it changes their lives. And especially meeting people that have sent me messages where, you know, like, hey, I've been going through something and you've really helped me through it. And then meeting them in person, it's such a different feeling. Even if it's just one person, you know, knowing that something silly that took you 5 minutes has made them feel so much better or changed their perspective on something. So definitely.
How do you feel when you see your followers in real life? I feel awkward.
I think it's just like, sometimes it's the people that interact with you on the daily. So it's like almost putting a face to the like username.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's awkward because some people make it awkward. Like they don't know how to approach you and they just like, they just stare you down the whole time.
I was at, Shem. Okay, he'll know who he is if you watch it. I was in Identity. So I walk out of Identity and I'm walking with my uncle. I'm talking to him. Next thing I feel a tap on my shoulder. So I turned around. He's got his phone like this and he just goes like this on a video of me.
Oh my gosh.
He goes like this. I was like, oh yeah, it's me. He was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, what does I do now?
That is so awkward.
So, I mean, it does get awkward, but it's like, they don't know, they didn't expect to see you and you didn't expect to speak to them. So it's very, you know, so.
And I think also sometimes maybe they think because we are the way we are on screen that they feel like intimidated by us. I remember at Ultra, we were dancing, and then my husband started talking to some guy, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, this is a nice song. And then he's like, babe, this guy's girlfriend wants to take a photo with you. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. But for me, I was like, and I'm awkward in real life. So I don't want to disappoint someone because of what they see online. I don't want to be like this dork in person and then someone you look up to on the camera. Like, it's weird. It's very weird.
I'm so awkward. I mean, I am naturally like, but I can't be like, oh my God, hey, how are you? Like, I can't, you know what I mean? It's so awkward sometimes because they expect you to be like immediately. I'm just like, hey, for me, you're a stranger. For you, you know me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, what keeps you motivated to keep producing content and be consistent?
Well, I've always enjoyed making people laugh. I mean, since primary school, it's just always been something that I've been able to do or enjoy doing. So, I don't know, it's just a different kind of feeling knowing that you can make people laugh. It's just, I don't know what it is. I can't even explain it to you, but definitely the comments from followers, 100%. I mean, you get one bad comment and it's like, oh, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I realized, you know what, there's hundreds of people out there that'll watch something that you've made and appreciate it. It'll change something for them. I mean, you don't know what the next person is going through, and you don't know how that specific video hit them on that specific day. So I guess that kind of keeps me going as well, because I mean, other people do it for me and they might not even know it. And if they just stopped randomly out of the blue, how would it affect me? So how would it affect other people, So, sorry, I just kicked this thing. So definitely that. It's definitely the laughter and cheer, because there's way too much negativity and judgment, and there's just too much of that. So just trying to be a little bit positive.
Yeah. With every career, with every path we take, it doesn't matter where we are in life, there's always something that's negative.
Yeah.
What do you find is one of those things that just get you down when you see it on being on this platform?
The person that I am in my videos is actually not a character. It is me. I mean, I do have my days when I'm down and I'm not 100%. So if when somebody comments and says something about something in the video, I tend to take it personally, because it's not just a character where, okay, I lift the mask off and So I take it personally, but at the same time I realize, why am I so worried? Why do I just completely ignore the positive comments, or not ignore, but worry more about the hate when it's coming from a fake account and somebody that probably doesn't even know me, like, it's just, why?
So recently there was someone who created a fake account, and okay, back in the day, you can scroll through Instagram and you'll find not ugly, but like unedited, not very professional photos on our Instagram feed. And then as you come to the top, we have lights, we have professional cameras. So someone decided that they wanted to create a profile and say that we're promoting skin lightening. Was it skin lightening?
Skin lightening, or we're not being true to our skin color. And we know as brown people, you look different shades of brown in various different lightings.
100%. I mean,
but it was a whole thing.
Where's my nose?
Demo right there, guys.
Yeah. She had like a whole page created, and then she posted side-by-side photos, and like there was a long caption, and she was tagging so many influencers, and it was like, what on earth is going on here? But obviously from a fake profile.
It started with me. She literally put a side-by-side picture of me, and I was like, oh my, who even has this much time in their day? I don't even know.
I was a lot darker as a child. But as a child, remember, you're in primary school, you're in high school, you're outside, you're playing sport. You're not really worried about skincare. You're not worried about putting sunscreen on, things like that. As we get older, obviously, we're indoors most of the time. We're working now. We're not outdoors. So it's ridiculous. You change as time goes on. So.
Oh, speaking of working, I have a question for you that I get personally offended by all the time.
When people ask you, is this a real job?
What do you have to say about this whole thing? Do you think this whole thing is a real job? And what do you have to say to people who don't think it's a real job?
So it is. Let me tell you something. Posting something.
No, sorry, say that again and then do the tongue pop. Yeah. Say, let me tell you something.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello. It is. Let me tell you. Waking up in the morning, putting our face on, making sure everything is right, different outfit, different content every single day. Editing and what every single day. It's a job. It's original. Our stuff is original. It's not just, okay, I've taken this and I've recreated it. We don't put thought into it. We think about every little thing. I mean, sometimes for like a 30-second or 45-second video, I've got a script going. And that's my own thing. I have to sit, and like the one time I was out and I don't even know where I was, and I just stopped for like 2 minutes and I was writing a script and everyone around me is dancing, and I was like, no, wait, just hold on. And I was doing my thing, as soon as a thing happens, you kind of just zone out and do your thing. So it's a job. We may not be getting paid for it right now, but it's a job.
Sometimes they don't pay on time. Sometimes they don't pay us our rates, but it's still a job.
Yeah.
It's still a job. Do you have anything you'd like to say to someone who wants to start this as a career?
I think the best advice I can give is be yourself. I know it sounds so cliche, but I've always said that, like, all these cliche sayings, they've come from somewhere. And there comes a time in your life where that cliche saying actually, like, you feel it and you realize, oh shit, now I understand why people say, like, we kind of just say things just for the sake of saying it, but genuinely just be yourself. I mean, if I wasn't the person that I was, I don't think things would have turned out the way it was. Like, if I was pretending to be somebody else, like, I try as much as possible to show who I am. And it's crackhead behavior, let's not lie, it's crackhead behavior, but it's me. I know I'm not lying about anything. I know I'm not sugarcoating anything. And that's exactly, I think, why people can relate to it so much, because they see themselves. I mean, the person that they are behind closed doors is not necessarily the person they are to the public or to the world or on their Instagram. So I think if you want to do something, put everything that you are and everything that you have into it, and it's definitely going to work.
And also, do you find that, because you're doing this out of passion and because you're doing it because you love it, you like really run out of steam? Because we've seen a lot of people start their pages and then halfway through they just stop creating content. So
what would you say you think?
Are you talking about me and my TikTok right now?
No, there's YouTube content also. Like, there's so many people that have started
I hate
they just,
TikTok. I do not know how it works. I cannot for the life of me figure it out. I can't.
But yeah, would you say that your passion behind what you do and just enjoying it contributes to you not losing steam?
Most of the time, majority of the time. But I mean, recently there has been a period, I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks, where I made nothing new. I was kind of just reposting because I was having a day for like 3 weeks. And I mean, it's difficult to keep yourself bubbly 24/7, and as women as well, we go through our ups and downs. And I mean, as much as we can put a face on, which is what we do a lot of the time, there does come a time where you're just like, you know what, I actually can't get out of bed today, or I can't put a face on, or I'm not going to fake it. And that's something that from the beginning I said to myself, I'm not going to make content if I'm not in the mood for it that day, because it's going to show. You have to put your everything into what you're doing. I mean, some days you're going to have to fake it till you make it, but for the most part, like, I can't be here and then making content here. I need to be, so definitely I do run out of steam.
To take a break if you can't, or if you're just not in the mood. Don't keep pushing yourself because you need to create content. I think, I can't remember what it was, but I was watching, it was another influencer, Kanya. She posted something about the Instagram algorithms changing and their layouts changing and how frustrated people are. And the one thing that stood out to me there was, what matters is you. It's nothing else. You are the one that matters. So I think it's so important, if you're feeling burnt out, to just stop and take a break. Like, your followers will understand and the content will come back again. But it's more important to take care of yourself mentally, so that when you come back with 100. You're not just floating on 20% forever.
You're not just kind of doing things here and there to stay relevant. 100%. You always want to give quality, not quantity. Definitely.
That's so important, and I think a lot of people don't actually realize that even though we work on our own time and we work on our own schedules, there's times where we wake up and we actually don't want to do anything. We don't feel the need to just sit in front of a camera and, like you said, give 20%. Nobody wants to give 20%. Everyone wants to give 100%. So always remember, to the viewers out there, always remember that it's better to give 100% than less than that. Because it shows. It really does show. When you're not in the mood or when something is going wrong, it shows in your videos. So I think that's so important, and I think that's such an amazing discipline that you have within your space. Thank you. But also, I think something important that you mentioned earlier on is it's so easy to focus on the negative comments. When you do get negative comments, what do you say to yourself to help you get out of that space? Because when it just takes one negative comment for you to be like, oh, I don't want to do anything. I just want to like disappear.
I guess I just kind of say to myself, like, okay. I reach a point where I'm just like, okay. And then I just kind of carry on. Like, I'll screenshot and send it to a friend, like, oh my gosh, what the hell is this? And then I'll moan or whatever for 5 minutes, and then it's done. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to delete it, I'm going to block the person, and then it's done. But especially doing the things that we do, we need to realize as well, like the way we looked at celebrities when we were younger, it's almost like they're not human. Like they're not allowed to feel the way we feel or function the way we function. So that's how other people see us. As horrible as it is, I think that's something that's never going to change. Because it's almost like they look at us like, oh my gosh, like you do these things, you can't be like us. You know what I mean? When we are, we're very much...
I always try and tell my followers I'm still human. You know, if you put a hurtful comment out there, I'm still gonna be hurt by it because I still have blood flowing through my veins. My blood is also red. It's not blue. It's not purple. It's not green. I'm just like you. And I also think a lot of what people put online that's negative doesn't stem from what we're doing. It stems from what they're going through. So every time like I see a negative comment, I always think to myself, but what is this person going through that they feel like they have to be on the internet spreading hate or spreading negativity? So I think that's also another thing we need to take into consideration. And I mean, we shouldn't actually be prepared for it. We shouldn't expect it because everybody is supposed to be kind to one another, especially in these times. But I feel like we need to get a thicker skin.
Facebook is the worst. Like, it's just always these older people fighting with young kids. Like, even we were talking about that thing with the girl,
the 12-year-old.
you know, the 12-year-old girl that the neighbor like took her away from her house in Durban. It happened in Durban. How did the story go?
The 12-year-old ran away with the 34-year-old man.
And everyone, the aunties in the comments were like, that girl needs to be put in a place. And we're like, no, it's the man. The man needs to be put in his place.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah, Facebook is wild.
It's a lot of the brown community that comes for you.
Oh, definitely.
100%. The majority, I'll say 98% of the horrible, hurtful comments that I've gotten are from brown people. And I mean, they're always so quick. I mean, all of us actually are just like, no, support each other this way, that way, and what. And I mean, I know I'm not doing anything wrong. I know I'm not attacking anybody specific. I know it's not, you know what I mean? And I mean, they just find something. It's just always something, whether it's your hair, your teeth, your skin, your makeup, the way you speak, your content, the scarf you use. It's just
always.
I feel like they always attack appearances.
But brown people, I find it starts from like within the family circle. Yeah. It's always competition between siblings, competition between cousins. And then on a larger scale, it's like brown people wouldn't support somebody else because, I mean, why must you?
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. I'd rather support and watch white people or black influencers, but let there be an Indian influence, and they're like, I don't think so.
It is. I think it does come a lot from the older generation more than the younger generation. The younger generation seems to be a lot more accepting and understanding. I mean, you do get the few in between, but the amount that I got on Facebook, I actually stopped posting for a while on Facebook because I was like, no. These are aunties and uncles like attacking us. Like
come get your mother. Someone come get your mother.
Yeah. Come get your RGA.
But also with that being said, older people are a lot more grumpier. They don't even know how to handle their stress levels very well.
Yeah.
And then they end up being on the internet just being trashy people.
Yeah. Just raging.
Yeah. Definitely. 100%. And then they meet you in person like, oh, I saw your video, so funny you are.
Yeah.
Come on, auntie. You know?
Crazy.
So yeah. It's just one of those things, I guess. You have to take it as it comes.
Do you have any upcoming exciting things that you want to tell the people about?
Or hint at?
Not yet. But in 2021, in the second month, some things are happening.
Ooh, okay.
She's spreading the love.
You better keep your eyes open.
So that's it, and it's major. Well, for me, it's absolutely huge.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure our followers would love seeing you here. And yeah, I think everything you've said has been so insightful, and I hope it inspires people.
And wise.
Yes, and wise, and I hope it inspires people to be themselves
and to be kind on the internet and in real life.
Definitely.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's so much fun.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here.
Dye your hair blue.
You actually our first interview on our channel.
Yes.
Oh yes. Yeah, so exciting.
We like our mugs. Look at our mugs. It's us.
Oh, that's so cute. What the hell?
So, going into the finance thing, I just want people to know that we actually don't rely on our family members for money. I'm sure people think because I live with my sister, things must be so wonderful and I get spoiled. It's really not like that. My family was literally, in the first episode you guys would have heard us talking about you have to work for what you want. It's the same thing with my siblings. Nothing was ever handed down to me. Everything that I have, like literally in front of me,
And around us.
and around us, behind us even. I've worked hard
And the
for.
car parked outside.
And the car parked outside. Like, it's hard work, you guys, and it takes a lot of discipline. But I also want you guys to know that I'm also a makeup artist, so I do have another job in addition to being a content creator. Selena also has her job in addition to being a content creator. So always have something to fall back on, just in case, because you just
That's
never
the Indian
know.
auntie in you speaking.
Yeah,
I think
right?
it is a bit harder. Not a bit. I think it is harder in general for South African influencers to just have influencing as their full-time career. Like, how many people do you know? Thandi Gama, amazing content creator, but she also has a lash business.
Yeah.
Like everyone, Vangai, she has clothing, she has wigs.
And Selena has her own business.
Yeah, we like.
There's
It would be amazing to
hustle
just
and the
get
side
paid
hustle,
for creating videos, but unfortunately in South Africa that's not how it works.
No.
And I think it's even harder being Indian.
Yeah.
Because there's like 10 of us.
yeah.
And still we don't get the support that all the other creators create, even though we're creating content on the same level as everyone else. We don't get the same support as
Yeah.
everyone else.
That's
And you
true.
guys would have heard in the interview with Nikita that it's so hard to get support from fellow Indians. But you'll see fellow South African Indians are out here supporting Lily Singh.
I was saying this
Deepa,
on my story the other day. We're so happy to support Indians from other countries.
Everyone else.
But in
Liza
our own
Koshy,
country.
But in South Africa, they're like,
So we're
I
not
don't
good
want to
enough.
follow her, but they'll follow all the other Indians in the
it's
world.
so disheartening, honestly.
Deepika, yes, that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking about. Yeah, like
Deepika Mutiala also. Why
I
is
wonder
that?
why that is. Do you think
And
that?
all the hate comments come from Indian people.
Yes, I think maybe it's a thing that I don't know if it's because they feel like maybe actually that is what it is, that growing up you know what a job is in the Indian community. It's an office job or a doctor or something that has to do with like an actual job. So I feel like they see us as just, this is not a job.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe that's why they don't support us,
That's
because they
actually
think
true.
they work harder than us.
Yeah.
And then we're not saying that we work like every day.
Yeah,
It's not always hard work, but it still is work. Some days it is hard work to try and guys
Catch up with all the
imagine-
emails.
Not only that, imagine waking up and you're not in the mood, but you have
Yeah.
to like,
Yeah.
you know. So I think that's what it is.
But I
feel
think
like they
also we also do have a little bit of freedom with choosing what we
yes.
do on certain days.
the good side of
The
influencing.
good side. But the bad side is you guys don't have to deal with tons of negative comments
Yeah.
and rude people in your DMs. So it's a pro and con with every single industry you're in.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you're in mainstream Indian people career vibes
yeah.
or if you're in our sort of field. It really doesn't matter because there's always pros and cons to every single career. There's sometimes where we're so overwhelmed, like sometimes I'm so overwhelmed and I have so many emails to respond to that I'm just like, I'm just gonna leave my phone like for 10 minutes. It must
Yeah.
just be far away from me. I just don't want to deal with anything. But it just happens. It's normal. It's normal life. And
Yeah. Speaking about pros and cons in other careers, like if you guys are from my channel, you know I've had an actual office job since, when did I finish school? 2012. So since 2013 until the beginning of this year, I've worked in an office. And then in March, I started freelancing. So I was working from home, but it's still an 8 to 5. Like I have a boss that I need to get stuff to. I have deadlines and things like that. And I thought I would enjoy that. And then recently I was like, I can't do this. I can't be putting so much effort into somebody else's business. It's just not for me. So that's why I'm taking my online business even more seriously. So with any job, there's pros and cons. And yes, this is what we've chosen, but it's what we enjoy. And we do expect to be respected because it is a real job. It's not an 8 to 5. We don't sit in an office. Most of the time, we don't have anyone to answer to unless it's like a brand campaign. Then we have to give feedback and
brand
deadlines
managers,
and things like
yeah.
that. And it's a fun job, but at the same time, it's still a real job. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the
is.
scenes that people don't know about. Even
even running your own business, you guys, it's not a joke. It is a lot of work. There's a lot of approvals. There's the sample testing phase. There's a lot of stuff that goes into. Trust me, I know. That's why I haven't launched much yet.
it's coming. though.
Because it's just been a lot.
It's
But
coming.
yeah, it is coming. A lot of what we probably don't mention on social media is that behind the scenes, every chance we get, we're saving.
Saving money.
If there's something we want and something that we feel like is going to make our living situation better, we will save for months on end to get to that point. It's not like, oh, we're just going to get money in our bank account today and tomorrow it's being used to buy ABC. It takes months of planning to get to that point. So, yeah, just...
I think
always
also
remember
someone
that.
asked me in my DMs the other day, they were like, why do you keep complaining about your camera being out of focus? Why don't you just buy a camera? First of all, I'm not only Selena Naidoo, a content creator. I'm a wife, guys. I run a whole household. So for me, like Saneshni says, she saves a lot of money. I'm clearing up a lot of debt. Like, obviously, everybody has bills to pay, but there are some things you can pay and get it done with. So with every bit of extra income I get, I'm like, okay, let's close this, let's close that. Or, damn, we need to do renovations. The kitchen sink is leaking or something. So I would love to buy a new camera, yes, but unfortunately, we also have real lives. Things have to happen. Like, you have a car to pay for.
Yeah.
You need petrol, insurance. Like, we can't always be balling with, like, new clothes online or, like, new cameras or whatever. We have other things to do also. We also real people.
Yeah.
Which is why you should be kind to us.
Yes. And also another thing is, like, I'm very lucky that I get to live with my sister and I have my own space in the outbuilding. But
But you don't
eventually
live
I
here for
do...
free. You do things. You
Yes.
still have things to pay for.
Okay, so I don't expect my sister to buy my clothes. I don't expect her to pay for my car. I don't expect her to do anything. I still contribute money towards the groceries because, I mean, we all eat food, right? Something's gotta give. But my sister is very also, she's super sweet. Like, she doesn't expect me to pay rent, which is really, really amazing because then it helps me invest in things that I need to or save money towards buying a microphone because these microphones are not cheap. Okay,
I need to buy one.
they're like a few $100 at a time, and if you get them on sale, it's great. It's amazing. Which is why people probably, when they watch my channel, I'm always like, I got this on sale, I got this on sale. It's because saving those few $100 makes the world of a difference.
Yes.
And the thing is, because I also like the makeup jobs also are, especially with lockdown, I wasn't getting enough makeup jobs, so I had to save for the rainy days and make sure I was able to pay my car installments and the insurance every month and paying for gym also. Guys, don't think our lives are perfect because it's not. Save your money. Make sure if you have a goal, if you're looking for a camera, this camera that I'm using right now,
I love this
it took
camera.
me a year to save up for this camera.
I love this camera.
And I bought it in end of 2018, I think. So it took me a while to save up for this camera, you guys.
This is a nice camera.
It is a nice camera. You know they don't make it anymore.
Really?
Now it's a 250D, which is still the budget-friendly one. I think it has just a few better features. But you guys, and I didn't get the best of the best cameras. I got a budget-friendly camera because I knew that that's what my budget was. Another thing is, don't you agree that people live not within their means
Yes.
all of the time?
And I think it's for the sake of, and it comes back down to this. I feel like, and I've said this before on my channel, you need to be very careful of who you're following on social media. Because there'll be people who portray this life that's so perfect and so flashy, and then you're gonna feel crap about your own life. And you're like, okay, I need to go into debt because I need to buy the newest Yeezys or whatever it is. So I think it's very important to watch who you follow on social media and what these people are doing to your thought process. Like, don't go into debt to try and be flashy if that's not
It's
what
not
you
worth
can
it.
afford right now. Like,
It's not worth it. Being in debt, you guys, is stressful. It's really,
Yeah.
really stressful. Like, don't even do that. And the thing is, like, maybe I'm saying, like, save, but the money I've always saved always ends up going towards something. Like a drawer set or something to improve my living space or something to that effect.
Yeah.
So it's never like when you save, you constantly have this extra money laying around. No, you're constantly using it for things that you really want. Or even like, the thing is also living in South Africa, we don't get PR. We're not on tons of PR lists. So there's things that like you really want that you're going to have to spend your own money on. Because it just be like that sometimes.
like the Urban Decay sale that everything got delivered like 12 weeks later.
Yeah. Mine came early. Mine didn't come that late, though.
Mine came late, and also the all-nighter setting spray. I used it once and I was so disappointed. I shook the bottle and I sprayed and it was white spots all over.
The all-nighter?
Yeah, I was so annoyed. Like, everyone raves about that. That's why I bought it. I was
Mine
like,
doesn't
okay,
have that.
maybe I must try it again because I only tried it one time and I was like, this is very
Mine
annoying.
doesn't have a white thingy, though.
And I was also having a bad day that day, and then I just sprayed it and there's white spots all over.
I think it's just the way we also grew up. Like,
Yeah.
we know the value of money. We know the things that we want are not just gonna fall from the sky. We have to work hard for it, you know. So yeah, there's a level of hard work that comes with what we do.
Yeah.
And there's a level of discipline with our money as well.
Yeah.
So don't just think we have like, you know,
We're sitting on
savings,
cash, yeah.
you know, we got that money,
Yeah.
because it always ends up going towards something.
So like we said when we started, we do not have
We didn't have the top
the
of the
greatest
range.
equipment. I have a Canon M10, and for the longest time I was like, why is this thing not focusing? That's because I was filming in automatic and not the filming mode.
Yeah.
So I spoke to Mikhail, because she has the same camera, and she was like, you need to put it on the filming mode and then just adjust the exposure, because sometimes I'm like super white and sometimes I'm like, okay, brown skin girl, let's do this. So that's, I think that camera was like 5,000 rand, I think on Take a Lot, but I bought it like before we went to Thailand. Which was
that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is the Canon 200D. This was,
I love this camera because
I
it's
wanna
quite
say
far
it was
away, but
close
it's like,
to. Oh, so I actually broke the other lens
Oh my
by
gosh.
mistake. So it came with an 18 to 55 millimeter, and I think it still works. But at some areas, it just doesn't focus, because, you know, with all our equipment, sometimes you bump it
Yeah.
over. So I bumped it over and it hit the ring light, and then the lens was just like, it was
Bye!
done. So this is a 50 millimeter lens. This costed like 2,000 and something rand, but I think it was on sale, so I paid like 1,800 something. This camera was 7,800 and something. I think 7,800, and you know, they have like 96 or those odd
Yeah.
numbers.
I bought my tripod from Macro a long time ago. It was like 200 rand, I think.
This tripod was from Incredible Connection. I think I paid 300 rand for it.
Yeah, tripods aren't.
Yeah.
But then also the handheld one. But I don't like mine. I'm looking at yours. Yours is nice. So when I'm vlogging, my handheld tripod is like this little ball thingies. But those balls keep breaking off. So
Oh, I have that
is
one.
nice. And I
Oh.
saw at an event, Candy Cane had like a solid one. It was just like one stick. That one
yeah.
also looked nice. And then lights are expensive, but also natural light is free. So film in front of a window.
Film in front of a window. Again, adjust your camera settings. Also on your phones, there's so many like filming modes that you
Yeah.
get now on your phones. So you can also use your phones.
Sometimes I feel like this phone films better than my actual camera, especially when I'm vlogging, because it's just clearer.
And it helps stabilize better on your phone because it's built-in stabilization. With this big ring light that I have, this 18-inch, God is so good, you guys.
Oh yes, you won
I
this!
won it in a giveaway.
Yes, you won this.
Oh
I
my
remember.
gosh, yes. And then this one from Take a Lot, I think I bought it for like 300 rand.
I need one
There's
of that
cheaper
for cooking
ones.
videos.
Yeah.
So this ring light, I'm not gonna say the brand, but it's from that really popular brand, right?
Yes. it
So
is.
I wanted a ring light, but for me it was way too expensive at
Very
that time. I'm like, I
expensive,
can't do
yeah.
this. I'm not doing this for the 18-inch. So this guy that I worked with was like, just go on Buy, check if you find something, and I know how Buy works, so I'll get it for you. So I'm like, okay. And I found a ring light. I think my ring light was 1.5 for 18-inch,
It's
which is
expensive.
a lot cheaper than
It is a lot cheaper than
that brand.
Yeah.
So definitely shop around. Like Take a Lot has sales. Incredible Connection, Macro. Where else can you buy phones?
like this ring light that's 18, that must be 10. So it's a 10-inch small ring light, but I just needed something to help balance out the lighting situation because there's windows in my room. I didn't need too intense, really bright lights. And a lot of people also feel like you need soft boxes. Guys, soft boxes take up space. Those are for
Yeah, those
photographers.
things are humongous.
They're huge, they take up space, and then you can't, it's not an easy up and go type of thing like a ring light.
And your
you have
filming
to
setup is not up all the time, right?
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
away. It's to the corner.
Yeah.
So soft boxes, if you're living in your space, is very difficult.
If you're
unless
James Charles and you have it
yes,
set up all the time, then cool.
Then yeah. But other than that,
If you're normal people like us where you need your space so you have to move your
Yeah.
filming equipment, ring lights
but
or
yeah,
natural
don't be
lighting.
unrealistic with your equipment setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a mic. I don't have a mic, but I know you were telling me this
Yeah.
one's quite nice.
It is.
And you have the smaller one also, right?
Yeah, the one that can clip on your shirt.
Yeah.
But I think these ones are better to an extent, especially when you're vlogging or like doing makeup tutorials and stuff like that. Because then the one on your shirt, like you'll bump
can
into
see
it,
it, yeah.
and you know all of that stuff. But yeah, you work your way through it. You
No one's
buy
saying you need to
small
start
things.
right now and get
Yeah.
everything.
You can even use your earphone. Your earphone thingy. It has a microphone.
What?
If you're filming on your phone,
just went
or
out
if
of
you're
screen.
filming on your camera and you want like better audio, you can put your earphone thingy in your ear and just record the audio on your phone separately.
Wait.
Do you not see people on TikTok responding and they have the earphones
I
in
thought
there,
this
and
is
then
'cause
the
they don't
audio
want,
is just
like
better.
anyone to hear what's going on. Oh my
No,
word!
do you not hear
I'm
the
such
ear-
an old person. I'm such an old person.
Just use the earphone thingy. Problem solved.
Wow! Oh my god!
I know, right?
Wow, you learn something
The
new
tips and
every
tricks.
day.
Also, when you don't have money and this is your passion, you make do with what you have, eh?
Yeah.
You make do.
Like I when I first started, I didn't have a laptop, but I worked at an agency that gave us all MacBooks to work on. So MacBooks come free with iMovie, which is still what I used to edit because it's still free on my MacBook. And that's how I edit my videos. iMovie comes free on Apple products. That's how I edit. I'm happy with it. It's cool. It gets the job done. Cool. What are some other free editing software? Because people always ask, like, what can I
Windows
edit
used to
with?
have Windows Movie Maker, but for some reason I don't have it on my laptop anymore. So I use Wondershare Filmora, but it is a lot easier to use, and you can do the once off lifetime package, or you could do the monthly situation. It's very affordable considering it's a really decent software. But that also I had to save up for. I think I only invested in that beginning of this year.
And
Sorry.
I know a lot of people ask, like, can I edit on my phone? You can, but I think it's going to be a lot harder if you're doing like long form content, like YouTube videos, because then you have to sit there.
InShot is really nice.
InShot, yeah.
to edit on
if you're
your
doing
phone.
quick videos
Yeah.
or like for Instagram or for TikTok or
But
whatever.
I find if
but
you're doing longer videos, it's a lot more challenging. I'd
Yeah.
rather do it on my laptop than do it
Same.
on my phone. Just be yourself when you want to get into this industry or you think you to get into this industry. And also, like, you never want this to feel like, you never want your personality online to feel like a job. Another reason why people lose their steam is because they continuously have to put on a personality to like produce content. It's tiring. Imagine
Yeah.
not being yourself.
just be yourself, because people will be able to resonate with what you're putting out there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is
Episode
basically
2!
Episode
Oh my
2
gosh.
and what it takes to be an influencer.
An influencer. Hope you guys enjoy this video.
Yeah, I hope we were honest and truthful, because we also don't want to like give you guys an unrealistic
Yeah.
idea of what being an influencer is.
It is fun. It's a lot of fun, but
It
it's
is.
also
It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Also, it's
There's a
not
balance.
just it's not just fun and
And free
amazing.
products.
Oh, and going to events is also really fun. But Selena
when
and
events
I,
were a thing.
Yeah. But Selena and I, even though like sometimes she'll go to events that I won't necessarily go to, I go to events she
Yeah.
won't necessarily go to. It's just part of being in this industry.
Yeah.
There's people that are not going to see you. There's people that are going to see you. But don't ever lose hope that nobody's watching, because somebody's watching.
Yeah.
Somebody out there. I got my first brand deal when I was like maybe at 5,000 followers, maybe even less.
Wow.
Somebody's watching, guys. If anybody, I think Miss Danusha also, how many followers does she have? Like
I think
7,000?
she's like 7, yeah.
She is getting so many brand deals. Don't
She's
ever for
she's
once.
getting the same brands that I'm getting, and I'm on 20K. So don't let your following be like, oh my gosh,
Do
I'm never gonna
not.
book
We should
people.
actually
No.
get her on.
We need
should
to get her
actually get her
on.
on an episode.
Yeah.
But she is actually showing us that it doesn't matter how many followers you have. If brands see something in you, they're gonna work with you. And just
she
because
works hard, eh?
yes, she works hard. But just because brands are not seeing you right now doesn't mean they're never gonna see you, and doesn't
Exactly.
mean the same brands are gonna see you. Different brands are gonna see you. You're gonna be approached by so many other different brands. Not everybody needs to have the same brand,
Yeah.
you guys. Like, there's space for all of us. Always keep that in mind. And yeah, I hope this video was informative. Hope you guys enjoyed Nikita on here as well. Thank
And
you
do
guys so much for
comment.
watching. Comment
And
down
let us
below.
know who else you'd like to see on this new channel. And subscribe to both of our channels. Everything
Yes.
is linked in the
down
description
below.
And when will we be
And-
posting next? See you guys in 2 weeks.
Yes. Every 2 weeks on a Saturday.
Yes.
Catch us. What time are we gonna post?
I don't know.
Like 2 p.m. on a
Like 2
Saturday.
p.m. Also, let us know if you guys can think of an intro for us. Like, you know how we both have intros on our own channel, not the
Yes.
video intro, like stuff to say, because
Yeah.
here we are just winging things.
We are
because-
I think as we go along,
Yeah.
we'll get more comfortable. Because now we're just like, new channel.
Yeah, like,
hi. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe to our channels. All of that good
Follow us on
stuff.
Instagram
Yes, and from us, the two Naidoos, we will talk to you guys
soon.
in the next video. Bye.